Now that the FNCS warm-up opens have concluded, we can get a ton of knowledge from these opens. And what I mean here is we are going to be able to figure out what the actual cutoff is going to be for the actual FNCS when it officially starts. Now, I phrased that kind of weird, but basically what I'm trying to say is that from these warm-ups, we can see what your trio needs to score in terms of points to actually qualify through the opens and make it to the semifinals. So to start it off in the NA East region for PC, the cutoff for the week was actually 92 points. Now, that being said, it was the higher ends of the 92 points, so 93 would have officially qualified you. If you scored 92 points, you needed at least one win, or your team needed a ton of kills. But for the actual FNCS, if you're playing on NA East PC, you should be aiming for 95 to 100 points, as obviously trios still have a ton of time to improve before the actual FNCS comes, and along with that, more people will actually be getting into Champion League for the real FNCS, so it will be more difficult. So for the real FNCS, if you are on NA East PC, you should be aiming for about 95 to 100 points. Okay, my eyes really don't want to believe this one, but the cutoff between NA East PC and NA East Console is absurd. For NA East PC, the cutoff was 93. For Console, the cutoff is 65. You heard that right. There is literally about a 30-point difference between the cutoff in PC and Console. It's genuinely insane. So basically what that means for you is if you are playing on Console, it will be a ton easier to qualify for FNCS this season, as all you need to do is probably get between 70 and 75 points, and you will actually qualify for the semifinals. Now, I really can't believe these numbers just because they're so absurdly different, but if you're on Console, it is going to be much easier for you, and all you have to do is get 70 to 75 points with your trio when the official FNCS comes out, and you will qualify for the semifinals. Now we're going to be looking at the Europe region for PC, and honestly, these differences in points for qualifying are insane, and that is why I'm making this video today, is because the differences between the qualifications, even on consoles, on platforms, between regions, is absurd how big it is. So if we look at it here, the qualification to get to semifinals from the opens is actually 115 points in the European PC region. Now, basically what this means is that for the actual FNCS, you will need to score between 115 and 120 points just to qualify for semifinals. Now, to compare that to NA East was literally 90 points. 90! And this is a whole 25 more. So, obviously, Europe is going to be much more difficult if you're playing there. Honestly, consider playing on just higher ping on the NA East region. Remember, you can't play in two regions in one FNCS, but you could just stick with only NA. It's honestly up to you, though. If you think your trio is good enough, I believe in you guys, and I think you can definitely get 115 to 120 points. But for European PC, the cutoff is going to be 115 to 120 points for semifinals in FNCS. Now, yet again, there is a very large difference between the PC and console side in the European region. In Europe, if you are playing on console, your cutoff is actually going to be 93 points. Now, this cutoff is basically the exact same as NA East PC. It's literally the exact same thing. So, if you are playing Europe on console, you will need to get between 95 and 100 points with your trio to actually qualify for semifinals if you want to make it further in the FNCS. Now we will be moving on to NA West and Brazilian regions. Now, in both of these regions, only the top 700 players actually qualify for the next round. Now, what this means is the cutoff is probably going to be a lot higher in points, but that being said, we've had some weird point totals in the past with our different regions and consoles, so we will actually see what this is in a moment. So, it looks like if you are playing on NA West, even though it is only top 700, it is still the lowest number of points you need to get to qualify on PC. So if you are playing NA West on PC to come top 700 and qualify for the semifinals from opens, you will actually need to get only 80 points. Now, that being said, that's a bit of a low ball because in the FNCS, people will be scoring more points, but a good number to try and aim for when actual FNCS comes around is probably going to be 85 to 90, and that will most likely guarantee you a placement in semifinals for the NA West region on PC. Now, if I were to recommend where to play for any of you guys, it would probably be NA West on console. If you are trying to qualify on NA West servers on a console, all you need to do is score 30 points. That is right. You literally only need to score 30 points and you will qualify for the semifinals. Now, that being said, there is a major point difference between these final, 50 people, so I would still aim for around 45 to 50 points just to solidify your spot, and even if you want to be more safe, I would aim for around 50 to 55, but NA West console is apparently insanely easy, so if you're looking to switch regions at all, NA West console is looking like a hot spot to go to. So, just to recap for NA West console, it will be the top 700 people, and to make that, you should get around 50 to 55 points. Now, those are all of the cutoffs for most of the main regions. If you guys have any questions about any more of the cutoffs, just leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will respond to you with what the cutoff is for your region if I didn't cover it in this video. But that is the cutoff for all of the top 3 regions. Honestly, NA West console surprised me a ton, but I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help me out a ton. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to check out my Golden Gummies channels, as they get a shout out at the end of every single one of my videos. If you want to become a Golden Gummy member yourself, you can hit the join button down below. But if not, that's totally fine too. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one.